Hello, everyone. Welcome back. This is episode 43 of my podcast, Brain Dribble, where sometimes I have to charm the pee out of my dick hole like it's a snake. Because it just doesn't come. Ew. I don't know. Sometimes I'll be sitting there and I'll have to pee, and my body's like, you gotta pee. You've got pee. And you need to eject this into the toilet. But what happens when I try to do that? I sit there for 10 minutes trying to just like, come on, get out of me. It takes a while sometimes, and then I get a little and it's like, it's not even a little bit of pee. I have to pee, but when it comes time to pee, I just sit there. And I'm like, come on. Like it's a dog. Come on. And finally, then I pee, and it took way too long. I don't know why my body can't just do what it's supposed to do when it needs to. Poop, on the other hand, you can't get that shit out quick enough, you know? Pee, you'll just be sitting there like, come on. And then time for me to poop, and it just comes flowing. I mean, if you ever have like Indian food, you ever have curry, and you will be pooping. Like that'll make you poop. That'll definitely make you poop. And I did. I pooped. Let's talk about my bodily functions a little bit more. You know how like when you're walking around and you could just feel like the little head pop out? You're just walking around and you feel a little spike in your asshole, and it's just like, hey, it's poop. I'm here. It's like, dude, so sometimes it gets too excited. It's just like my poop is like a gay man coming out of the closet, except the closet is my asshole and the poop is the gay man. And he's like, it's my time to shine. And he's trying to push himself out, and I'm like, wait a minute, okay? Let's do this on my time, not yours. This is my body. A gay piece of shit. That's the only time you can say that, and that's not offensive. I'm talking about a literal gay piece of shit. Okay? So don't cancel me for it. Yeah, dude. Sometimes poop gets a little ahead of itself. It's like, calm down, buddy. You can have whenever you want it. Just come on out. As long as I'm on the toilet. Cause when I'm walking around, that's not the time to do it. It's really not. And then sometimes you're like, okay, so head's popping out, gotta poop, go poop, and it just doesn't really come. None of it happens. Sometimes I gotta bribe the piss out of my dick like a snake charmer. Yeah, dude, that's the craziest thought I've ever had. Like I'm the snake charmer, and I'm like. That's what they sound like, right? That's what those flutes sound like. The recorders that they use, and then just pee come out of my dick. Maybe it's really not quick enough. We got to speed up the process. Sometimes I sit down to pee and then nothing comes for like an hour, and I'll just be sitting there like, I have to pee. And then once we break that dam, dude, I mean, piss comes a flowing. It's not even like I don't have to pee. I pee. I don't trust people with no upper lip. You know how if it just goes in, where is it? What did you do to it? Why don't you have it? I'm sorry to anyone who doesn't have an upper lip. That's just a thought that I had, and it has nothing to do with you. It's just they're all the same. That thought entered my brain. It's not even true. I do trust people with no upper lip, but it's funny to say. See, that's the thing. That's the thing that people don't understand. Is that I'm saying it because it's bad. I'm saying it because it's bad. Because, like, what? Like, it's just funny to say. It's a thing that I've already made up in my mind. If you don't have an upper lip, I don't trust you. As a person, I won't even need to get to know you. I don't trust you. Because fuck that. I don't trust it. I won't even come near you. If you have no upper lip, get out of here. Get out of my life, okay? I don't want that shit. I got. That's where all the weight comes from. I asked myself. I stepped on this scale today. Last night, I lied. And I was 180. And I was like, this is the lightest I've been in 4 years. Freshman year of college, you know, the freshman 15, I gained the freshman 30. Okay, I went in at 185 and I came out 215. And I don't know, I was thinking to myself, I don't think, where did the weight go? I don't remember holding it, and I don't remember feeling that different. But I look at my face, and I'm like, first off, when I was that, I can't shave my beard. This is forever now, okay? Because when I shave this, there's too much space. There's way too much empty space on my face. Picture me without facial hair right now. It would be a desert. It would be plains, just a plateau of just face, of all coastline of face, and it's just all flat except for my nose. My face is flat except for my nose. You understand this? Now picture it with no facial hair. I mean, it'd fucking make you go blind, I think. I don't know. My face is so pale. No, it's not. I actually tan pretty good. I'm proud of the way I tan, okay? I got that Italian skin. I got that olive color beauty. I don't know what I'm talking about. All I know is that fuck people with no upper lip. And that's what I was saying. I carried all the weight in my upper lip. I gained 30 pounds in my upper lip. Imagine that. My 30-pound lip life. Get so many injections that you just end up with 30-pound lips. Oh my god. Dude, fuck body mods. I don't understand wanting. I've never felt the urge to put a hole in my body. Just stab me so I can wear metal. Please. I never thought I would get a tattoo, but you know, things change. But that's opened a whole door to me. I don't wear shit, okay? I'm wearing two things right now. Pants and a shirt. That's it. I'm trying to wear less. And some people, they're like, if it's a thing, let it hang from me. Let it dangle off of my body. If it's there, put it on me. If it exists, hang it from me. I don't want my ears to be down here. I don't want something to be so heavy that gravity drags my earlobes down. No thanks. People with fucking hoop earrings, all I could see is it getting caught on something. And it does is the thing. And they continue to do it anyway. What about putting a hole in your body and then putting a piece of metal through that hole is appealing to people? I don't understand. It's fashion. Fashion has no logic. Let's stab ourselves. Okay, it gets infected. You know, your body can just reject it. Oh, cool. I don't want to do anything to my body that my body could be like, and just push it out. Just, you could try to put something in you and your body will be like, what is that? And just push it out. And then you don't have it anymore. Like surgery. Oh my God, I hope I never have a bad injury where I need to get a surgery where they gotta put a piece of metal in me. I don't want to be metal. I like being flesh. That's good. I don't want to be a robot. I don't need that in my life. I don't need to become a robot just to continue living. And it's like if you put metal in me, I'll do the only thing that makes sense. I'll drop to the floor. Well, not really drop to the floor, but like I'll start doing the robot. Oh fuck! and now you can watch allergies in action right now. I'll drop to the floor and start doing Mr. Roboto. I'll do the robot dance. I'll go like that because I'm part metal. I don't want to have metal under my skin. I don't want to have Neuralink. I don't want to do any of that shit. Oh. I feel like people just get on this path of like, if I do this, then I'll be happy. Like if I do this, if I do this to myself, that'll make me happy. And most of the time it doesn't. And then you just end up with a bunch of holes in your body. Or worse, body modification. I'm gonna get a body mod. Just take off my arms. I don't want them anymore. Arms are a burden. Arms are a burden. I'm sick of having to function. I want people to do everything for me. I want to be, and not only that, I want to be able to function. Like so what if I just stop using my arms and I just start using my feet for everything? Would I get weird looks? Yes. What if that didn't matter to me? Then that would be freedom. See, freedom is a state of mind. Freedom is not giving a fuck about what other people think. And I think that's a very different thing for like forcing people to be okay with you. Isn't there some kind of fun in going against the grain and being like, this is who I am, bitch? And they'll be disapproving and that'll give you more power. If people see, here's the thing. If everybody agrees that this is the way it should be, then anyone who is adventurous, you just openly accept them. That'll take all the power away from people being like, I'm different. Because if everybody's different, then no one's different. So what I'm really saying is go crazy. I mean, dress. I'm gonna start only wearing neon. I'm gonna just only wear neon. From here on out, it's neon, guys. Yeah. From here on out, I'm gonna hold a fishing rod in my hand everywhere I go. I'm gonna put on a jacket when it's 90 degrees outside. How is it so fucking cold right now? These days and nights are making no sense, dude. Wednesday is supposed to be 90 degrees. And then at night, it's gonna be 40? How's that the same day? How's that the same day? Is the thing. How is that the same day? And I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know I don't want to have allergies, but this is what you get. You get allergy, boy. It's spring, okay? I'm trying. You know what's really fun to do to people in a conversation, if you're kind of bored, here's the thing, okay? I'm not married to my ideas, okay? I gotta stop saying okay? I'm not married to my ideas. So if the conversation arises where I feel like it would be easier to just agree, I'll agree. You know? Sometimes I'll just pick a way to be in a conversation. And it might not even be what I think, but I'll play the devil's advocate. And sometimes someone's going on some like crazy QAnon shit, and it's easier just to agree with all the conspiracies, see where they're coming from, just really understand their side. And the more you do that, the more you empathize with other people, the more you are you know more. You know, you're less ignorant for hearing people out. And I feel like lately I've been criticizing the left a lot, even though I am like, I don't want to say liberal, but I'm on the I lean left usually on a lot of shit. But when the conversation became they're the enemy, I was like, bye. And I made them my friends, because I thought, I was like, no, that's more important. Love is all you need. Love is all you need. And so I heard them out, right? And first off, the first thing you need to know about political conversations in this country is that there's two categories that people fall into. You're either a victim or you're brainwashed into thinking that capitalism worked out the way we wanted it to, because we're definitely in denial that this shit is not working that good. But also, I don't agree with communism. So it's some weird balance that you got to find. But what I'm saying is, people have valid arguments on both sides for things, and but it's all bullshit. Both sides. It's all bullshit. They're selling you something. You realize that, okay? Every time you're angry, you lost. Every time something about the right, about the left pisses you off, they're winning. This is a war for us, to get us fighting. The people at the top, first off, they're selling you something. And if they're selling you communism, I mean, dude, what was the thing? The owner, the founder of Black Lives Matter, who's a trained Marxist, wants everybody to be equal, is pretty capitalist when it comes to money. You know, everybody. I started working a lot because I was bored. And once I became a valuable member of the rat race, I understood more sides, more opinions from the right. I understood the taking pride in your work or whatever. Because I think people try to cope with their lifestyle, and people are they always look for what interests them. And if you're making $15 an hour, if you're making $8 an hour, you gotta come up with some kind of code of ethics that makes that worth it to you, you know? And I think in that sense, a lot of Republicans are in denial that they make enough money, that this is how it should be, because people they can afford to pay you more, they just don't. I feel like capitalism keeps everything. This is what I say: keeps late stage of capitalism, when the cream rises to the top and it all settles, it keeps everything running at 51%. Take, for instance, the parking lot that I work in, pushing shopping carts at a grocery store. For months, at night, the lights didn't come on. I mean, you're trying to, like, you cut so many corners that when things start to break, no one really fixes them. You're just like, oh, sorry, don't get hurt. Yeah, sometimes it's easier just to agree with people for the sake of the conversation, because you don't want to make an enemy. It's not human nature to make enemies. I mean, kinda. If we're talking big scale, yeah, we're tribal. But if we're talking individuals, I don't want anybody to hate me. I don't want to hate anyone. I just want to fucking chill, bro. I just want to fucking chill. I don't care about your politics, bro. Because at the end of the day, humans are an experiment. We've never figured out society. Just to make America great again. Yeah, maybe there was one moment. There was like one moment where like all the middle class white people had it pretty good. Shit's never been perfectly aligned ever. Okay? I don't know. And that's really the thing. Is it's all theory. It's so much theory that all you can really do is use history as a guide and be like, well, that didn't go very well. So we probably should not be like, we'll do it right. We'll do it right this time. Because that's foolish to think that we'll do it right. We won't. And we won't. Because here's the thing, okay? The people who own this country, the people at the top, they have every financial incentive to say that, oh yeah, socialism will work. It won't. We'll just spread out all of the money. Rules for thee and not for me. Okay? These people own the country. You think they're gonna give you their money? They won't. In fact, you're gonna end up with less. Happens every time. Happens every time it was tried. Yeah, so humans are an experiment. We never know. We'll never get it. I don't think we'll ever get it right. I don't think we're supposed to. I think local governments is the way to go. Because why are we expecting shit to work the same way in rural Wyoming as New York City? You know? Two very different places. We have a desert in this country. Coming from someone who's never seen anything other than green and humid, the fact that there is arid, dry desert in this country fucking blows my mind. That's how big it is. Shit's a lot different anywhere else. And to sit there and think that you know the best policies for somewhere you don't live, I think you're kind of foolish. Sure, maybe this is the best thing for the city. It's not the same everywhere, you know? I don't know. I think we should all just split up. I think we should split up into 50 countries. For real. But anyway, the big point that I was trying to make is that sometimes in conversation, you just gotta agree. Sometimes you just gotta agree with wherever someone's coming from, you know? Like, you just pick a way to be and just play that role for the rest of the conversation, you know? Maybe today I'll be a white supremacist. Maybe tomorrow I'll support rape. You know? Maybe, for the sake of the conversation, I'm a pedophile. You know? Because deep down, I know I'm not. So I'll play that role just for funsies. Because I like words, and I like playing with words, and I like joking around. Because if you know me in real life, you know I wouldn't hurt a fly. I'm a lot different in person. In front of the camera, in front of these lights, I'm silly guy. I'm silly fun guy who talks politics, and it is probably really fucking annoying. I'm the loudest introvert, dude. You get me in a room and I'm just, dude, I don't say shit to anyone ever. And this is just my life. That's just my life. Sometimes I like to imagine the things that I would do if I didn't have social anxiety, but I do, so I don't. But it would be cool if I was naturally a good talker. I'm not good at talking to people, not good at small talk. I took my headphones out. This is how weird it is. I have been listening to music at work pretty much the entire time I've worked there. So now it's weird for me to be fully connected. And I will become more self-conscious if I'm not listening to music. That's how weird it is. It's fucking strange, dude. Point is, I have no point. And there's gonna be no point. There's gonna be no point. Because this is just me dribbling. That's what it is. It's brain dribble. Someone told me that Brain Dribble was the most generic name they've ever heard for a podcast, and it kind of got me fucked up a little bit. But fuck it, because it doesn't matter. Oh man, you think you're doing fine, and then someone just shoots you down. All they say is one sentence, and you're just like, shit. Oh fuck. Oh god. What if everything's a lie? What if all this time I've just been wasting my time? You know? I don't know. I have a weird, I'm not good at public interaction. I think that's what it is. If you get me in a room, you sit down in a room with me, we could get talking. We could get deep into some shit. But like, if I'm just at work, I don't care. I don't care about any of your problems. I don't care about anything anyone tells me at work. It's so boring. Oh, is drama like dude. Oh, I love my job. I love not talking to anyone. I love not having to. Because people inside who work at the register, they have to put up with assholes. The worst thing that'll happen to me is someone leaves garbage in their cart. Which happens so often that it doesn't even bother me anymore. I was trying to make a point earlier about how, you know, if you're making $15 an hour or less, you know, if you're working minimum wage, you gotta come up with some sort of way for it to make sense in your head. You gotta make sure that you're not gonna kill yourself because your time, you know, you value your time. Time is money, and money is valuable. And if you value your time and money, then your life is literally worth this much. But that's not your worth. And you need to disconnect. That's the solution that I came to from that, is that you gotta disconnect yourself from money, bro. You cannot get attached to that shit, okay? You'll be working. Don't get it twisted. You'll be working. And you will continue to work. But it's about what you do in the rest of the time. There's a cobweb. Maybe it's a spider web. I don't know. I'm going to let him hang out because he's not bothering me. All I'm saying is that you got to figure out how to deal with it. Because, yeah, it is kind of predatory. You wish society was a utopia. First off, that doesn't exist. There's no such thing as a utopia because utopia requires everyone to be on board. But it only takes one person to have a different opinion. Okay? Never gonna have a utopia. So you think about it and be like, all right. So we're animals. The only difference is that we know we're gonna die, and we can talk and draw and sneeze. we can do surgery. The other animals can't do surgery. That's pretty cool. We build things. Other animals build things, nests. See what I'm saying though? We're animals, okay? And the only thing that separates us from being animals is the systems that we have created in order for things to run. And if you're just a guy, you're gonna start on the lowest rung. So you have to fucking figure out a way, if you want to, if you're driven enough to make it to the next rung. And that's a valid life path. That is how we've designed it in this country. That the more money you make, the more you're worth. The more people value you. And that's, that can fill the void. Money can be a religion. I'm not saying it can't. A lot of people follow that, but you gotta return to your baseline every time. Every time you make more money, you just gotta need more. Your lifestyle's gonna get more expensive. I think instead, true happiness comes from eliminating the wanting. Happiness comes from eliminating desire. I gotta have that, and then I'll be happy. True happiness is being happy with nothing. And that is the lesson of the book of Job. But I'm not trying to get into all that. Because recently I had been comparing myself to the book of Job. Because I was raised Christian. And I'm not religious anymore. But I understand the psychological test that story is talking about. It's talking about how when you lose everything and you're still alive, you're not afraid of it. Things become a lot less scary. When your baseline is just being alive, you're happy with anything. But if your baseline is, I gotta make $100,000 a year, it's like, whoa, dude, that's a high bar, man. Just chill. And that's all you gotta do is just chill. And that doesn't mean you don't work. You should make it a goal of yours to be happy with less. But don't think that, now that I don't, why would I work? I don't fucking know. I don't know, dude. I don't know. It is so fucking cold down here. I gotta turn up the heat. Turning up the heat. But yeah, that's a psychological phenomenon that I've become more familiar with than I'm willing to admit. Is that once you figure out how to be happy with nothing, anything is an addition, If you get that bar as low as possible, anything's good. And that's a really sad way to look at it, but sometimes sometimes something bad has to happen to you for you to become stronger, okay? Sometimes something tragic has to happen for you to get it. Because it realigns you. It shifts your perspective, and you're like, oh. So now I've been through it. I've been without. And I made it out the other side. Sometimes you gotta bottom out. And then bottoming out won't seem as scary because you've been there. That's all I'm really trying to say. You ever see someone and think to yourself, yeah, they're probably in an abusive relationship. I could see that. I could see that for them. There's this girl at work, a woman, not a girl, a woman, lady. And she's just got the smallest presence. I feel like if I walked past her, she would blow to the side. Like she's a piece of paper, this woman. And anytime she talks, she says something so stupid. Anytime she talks, she's like complaining about something that I'm just like, I can't even begin to care. I don't care about your problems. Don't come complaining to me while I'm working, because you need to shut up and get back to work. Toxic positivity. That's that whole thought. Yeah. So there's this woman, and every time she I feel like if I walked past her, she would just blow to the side. If I like breathed near her, she would crumble. Like you could step on her without even noticing. She's not even short. It's just that her presence is so tiny that all you have to do is be alive, and you are abusing her just by being in the same room. Some people, it's their fault. Some people are just so submissive that if you're alive, you're hurting them. Some people are twigs that you walk. If you can walk, you might break this person. Some people are very sensitive. I'm sensitive deep down. That's the thing. I don't ever show this side. When I was 13, I dedicated my life to jokes, to goofing off. When I was 13, I dedicated my life to just fucking around, because I was in a position very early in my life, you know, where you're depressed or whatever, and you're 13. You gotta figure something out. You gotta figure it out. And my solution was just to be like, well, what if I don't take anything seriously? Then nothing can hurt me. Oh, we're unpacking. Yeah. What if I just don't take anything seriously? Then nothing can hurt me. And that's a wall that I put up. Because deep down, I'm really sensitive. And I've fought a long battle with like intrusive thoughts and just cycles that I could get in, where I just think negatively, and we go in a loop, and we just go in a downward spiral, and I've worked through that shit. And it is very difficult to get through. What was my point? Oh yeah, I'm really, really sensitive deep down. So I put up this wall of not taking anything seriously. I'm gonna take it lightly, because one, everything that I believe in this regard, it's rooted in the fact that we're all gonna die, and I believe in karma to the extent that everything will realign. It doesn't matter if you're a shitty person, don't be, but you know what I'm saying. If you're a shitty person, you're gonna die just as much as I'm gonna die. So I'm like, why take anything to heart? That's why I can't understand why people are offended by like words. Why are you offended by a word? And I'm not even talking about woke shit. I'm talking about like curse words. Like some people don't fuck with the word fuck. But it is such a part of my vocabulary that it's like strange to me that people would like, it's just a sound. I don't know. And it is kind of, it's weird. When your baseline is why give a fuck? Because if I don't care, then nothing can really hurt me. I guess it sets you up to be, I don't know, what I am doing right now. This is me. Here I am. Oh, I don't know. I'm kind of running around in circles. That's something I do a lot. I chase my tail. I take a thought and I run in a circle with it until I figure it out. Until I feel like a lot of mental health is just thinking to a conclusion, you know? It's like, what do I think? Well, I have a lot of time to think. I exist mostly in my head. Even when I'm around people. Like if I'm around like 3 people, here's my thing, okay? One person, it's very difficult to have a conversation. Wait. Let me start it at 0 because this is 0, okay? 0, I could talk for days. One person, maybe. Oh, it'll be a little bit awkward. 2 people, conversation is a beautiful. Oh my God, there's nothing better than 3 people in a conversation. If I'm talking to 2 people that I know very well, I will contribute a lot. 4 people, it's total, 3 people, me and 2 other people. I'll contribute a lot. If there's 4 people total, it starts to slip a little bit. It starts to slip because I have a very tight circle and I don't know. I guess I just feel less confident in speaking up. The more people that there are, less opportunities, less gaps in conversation arise for me to say something. So usually I just start to observe. And then when something happens in a conversation, I'll try to throw something in. But it definitely it's a bell curve, and it's a really quick one because I don't know. I guess I exist in such a quiet, but I don't feel quiet. It's the weird thing. I always said that I would always describe myself as an introvert by force. I just like that. I don't think I'm shy, but if you crack me open, it'll come flowing. I'll have a lot of things to say because I don't know. Self-analysis is important. And this is where mental health and stability stems from. This is what I do in my head all day. This is what I do. I just think about the way I am and the way things are. And then I just find my spot. If you have a weird abstract picture of the way things are, it's a lot easier to live and not want to die. And it all comes back to this. Fuck everything. We're all gonna die. So do whatever. You know, because you weren't born to work for money, okay? Humans invented money. Humans invented money as a means to buy things. I mean, I don't know. Gotta have a society. Love a society. You know what I'm saying, though. And mental health comes with a lot of mental health and physical health are tied to each other. They're not mutually exclusive. You can't work on one and expect the other to, or you can't only work on one and not expect the other to kind of dampen it a little bit, you know? If you look in the mirror and you're like, I look like shit, because it might be true, then you're gonna feel like shit. But the good news is there are actions that you can take to stop feeling like shit, or to stop looking like shit. Because I don't fuck with this. I think, okay, here's what I think, all right? I think most generalizing, most healthy adults should range from 120 to 250, 260. Anything else is self-inflicted and shouldn't be encouraged. I understand the wanting to love yourself, but love is an action, and you should respect your body enough to put the work in, because if you have love for something that you do nothing for, if you don't exercise and you don't eat right and you love your body, you're lying to yourself. If you want to feel happier, I'm not saying it's going to make you happy. I'm saying if you want to feel happier, stop watching this. Stop listening to this and get off your ass and do it right now. Because it's not tomorrow. It's right now. Do it now. I wasn't happy with where I was. I was a little overweight. And then you know what I did is I just ate less. That's all you have to do. But again, this is me, and food is not a demon for me. Okay, I've dealt with demons. Food has never really been one. Again, this is talking to people who have mild. I've never had anything extreme. I've never really had anything extreme. Because I feel like I've always stayed grounded or something. I don't know. I'm just rambling at this point. All I'm trying to say is that it'll help if you treat your body right. Because your body will drag your mind down if you are trying to only be mentally healthy and not physically healthy. You can only get so far. And inspiration for this is Action Bronson. Dude is killing it. I fucking manifested him going on Joe Rogan. I saw what he was doing with his weight loss, and I was like, that's fucking impressive. And then lo and behold, he goes on Rogan, and then they have a conversation about this shit. Like, all I'm trying to say is I don't know. This is what I'm trying to say. Fill the void with something healthy. Yeah, respect your body enough to put the work in. Because I started stretching, and because I wanted, a goal of mine is to do a split. And I haven't been, okay, we're gonna get really deep, okay? I want my podcast to function like we joke around. I want it to feel like a late night glass table talk where we're joking around at first, but when it gets down to it, we have like a really deep conversation. And here's what I'm thinking, okay? I forgot. Respect your body enough to put the work in. It is your body, like once you realize what humans are capable of, you grow, you have more confidence in yourself. You have more confidence in what you're capable of, because the human body is it's incredible what it can do. And you can't expect to do these things if you didn't put in the work. And I guess that, everyone always says, you learn to love the process. But, okay. My biggest problem in life, and we're getting, I'm just gonna put it out there, okay? My biggest problem in life is not committing. I don't commit. I've never committed 100% to anything. Anytime I had any doubt, anytime I wasn't feeling it, I back all the way out. I'm just like, no, fuck this. Anytime I got the ball rolling on any internet venture that I wanted to, making Minecraft videos, streaming on Twitch, drawing, making speed arts. Now the podcast is a new thing. Anytime I got the ball rolling, I just stop because I don't feel like it anymore. And that's the only reason why I can confidently say that I'm happy that I didn't drop out of college, because that is the $1 million lesson that I learned from college, is that just finish what you start. Don't do something half-ass. When I started rock climbing, I compared it to skateboarding in the sense that when you're going, you're not thinking about anything. And commitment also comes in here too, because you can give up on a climb. You can bail on a skateboard. You can just give up if you're not committed. But you don't get anywhere like that. I used to skateboard and I wasn't really good. I could do like one or two things really well, but I never branched out. I never really committed. And so the one lesson, if there's one thing I can tell you, it's that half of the battle is commitment. If you commit to anything, not only will it have more value, but you will feel more valuable. You will feel more like you have purpose. Making this podcast, I could just not. But it gives me something to do, and it lets me vent out my frustrations, and it lets me think aloud some funny ideas. And then I get to edit, and I put it online, and it's like, it's a hobby. It's a hobby, and all I'm trying to say is don't give up. Don't give up. Continue trying. Because what's the worst that can happen? Oh, someone doesn't like it. So what? Do you enjoy it? And like, find what makes your mind go blank. Find what it is in your life that that makes you lose track of time. Because that's the best feeling ever, man. That's the best feeling ever. I've already been talking for an hour. Dude, I could keep going. It's the best feeling. Finding something that makes waking up in the morning not difficult. And like you actually want to do it. And it's a mantra. It is a mantra in the sense that, you know, you can doubt what you're doing, but you know what you're doing is. And what else would you do? You know, just sit there? I've done plenty of sitting there. I am not interested in that anymore. I don't want to just sit there. I've done that for too much of my life. So, commitment. It's half the battle. You're capable of doing way more than you think you are. I was scared of heights. Let me bring it back to climbing, okay? I was scared of heights. And I knew I was scared of heights, and that was a silly thing. Especially for climbing, because that shit's safe. It'll hold you. No one, I mean, not no one, but you know. So I bought a harness and I got like belay certified, and then I walked in the gym one day and I was like, I'm not bailing anymore. I'm gonna let my mind win, because my body will tell me to give up. But if I let the logical part of my brain win and I do it, I will feel better. And I never bailed because of height again. I'll do one test fall before I do a climb just to let me know, okay, all right, I'm strapped in. And then I go straight to the top. Or I don't, or I can't. But yeah, you can't. And just like that thinking, that thought process of letting your mind win, letting logic win. It's just find something that gives you a positive feedback loop instead of a negative one. Fill the void with something, anything healthy, please. Fill the void with something healthy. Because there's a lot of bad in this world. There's a lot of bad in this world. And you could get hung up on it. But I can tell you for sure you're not going to be on your deathbed wishing you were angry more often. No one's gonna look back and be like, I wish I spent more time on Twitter. I didn't spend enough time on Twitter. If you have a hobby, if you even have one hobby, that's fucking great. Do the fuck out of it. Don't just do it. Do it. Commit. And that's the most valuable lesson that I'll ever know. That is the driving force of this new wave of inspiration in my life, I guess. I went from working 20 hours a week to 53 hours a week. Like that. Like I just got another job. And I've got accustomed to it real quick. Like it's not that hard. It's not that hard to work. Because when you have an obligation, then free time becomes more valuable. Free time becomes more valuable when you have less time. For a lot of people, most people, you gotta work a lot. But the work doesn't end when you come home. That was work that was required. This is your passion. And not everything you can really make money off. That's why the starving artist is a thing. Not everybody's supposed to make it. I had to deal with the fact that I'm not a leader. Some people are born leaders. I'm not a leader. I'm just some guy who likes to spitball ideas and say stupid shit. And I know this podcast got really real for a while, but I don't know. That's just where my head's been at. It's just trying to explain to myself how, no one's going to give it to you. No one's going to pat you on your back and tell you it's going to be all right. This world is cutthroat, man. This world is cutthroat, man. You gotta just... I don't know. That's a scam too. I am now a valuable member of the rat race. I am now a participating person in working in work in the hustle culture. And all, I just do something. Do whatever makes you happy in the time that you're allotted. That makes you truly happy. And recognize, point it out when you're doing things. Be like, I love this. Point it out when you're doing bad things. Be like, I hate this. And design your life. Again, work. Everyone's got to work, okay? Everyone had to go to school. Everyone got to work. Work, but let it just stay at work. Don't bring it home with you. Don't bring all those stresses. When you get home, that's your time. That is your time to do whatever the fuck you want. Don't waste that time. Yeah. We'll get back to a regularly scheduled program next week because this was kind of real. Thank you guys so much for listening. I really appreciate you. Thank you for sticking around through my allergies. Made me miss a few weeks. I was getting kind of lazy. I was kind of busy. You know how it is. But also allergies. Shit, I couldn't make it through an hour of this without my shit acting up. So it is what it is. All right, that's enough from me. Thank you guys so much for listening. If you enjoyed the podcast and you want somebody else to enjoy it, please feel free to send it to someone you think might also enjoy it. And if you don't, then don't. I don't know. All right, goodbye.